4AD, baby. Been hunting this bear all week.
I grunted at him. He come running back in. We just smoked another giant.
Just an absolute giant. Lifetime bull for me.
Team 200 is presented by MoonGuide. Plan your best hunt.
My season basically started in February of 2014 on a shed hunt, and I was able to locate a really nice shed on a new farm I had gotten permission on. Boom, right there. Look at that right there. This is a new permission spot I got, and I will be hanging some lone wolves this summer trying to figure this guy out for the fall. So I'm checking out this new property I got. You're looking at trees, you're looking for sign, and obviously you're looking for sheds. I walk up on an awesome 5-point shed that you just knew was gonna be a monster the next year. We're scouting mineral locations for the upcoming summer. I went ahead and put out some 30-06 in the spring and late summer, and obviously to help with rat growth, antler growth, I started my plan. I was ready. So I got my 30-06 out, the minerals going, the tracks were all over in it. I put the coverts on it, and it didn't take long before he decided to show up. One thing's for sure, I know that this covert's gonna not fail me. All right, it's Saturday, September 6th, and I'm finally getting my game face on for my Kansas deer season. Got a picture of a giant 10-pointer last week, and I'm on the move now to get some stands hung. Got the lone wolves in the back, got a tree picked out. And there was just a beat down trail that went from a woodlot to another woodlot with open space, and at the very back end of it was like a light shining down from the heavens on this oak tree saying, this needs a tree stand. See, I got a food plot here. We got some Whitetail Institute in the ground. It's coming up nice. The Whitetail Institute's gonna do its job and bring a nice big old buck right through this funnel. So we're gonna get a lone wolf hung and keep you posted. So I got a giant 10-point walking around. September was here, but I had to focus on an elk hunt I was going on. So it was almost like I had to put the whitetail on the back burner and get into elk mode. All right, we are on day 1, starting at 2 a.m., heading west through Kansas. Destination Saratoga, Wyoming. Rough Country Outfitters with Jim Schell as our host. It was my second elk hunt I've ever been able to go on. And we had been training, running all summer, and just couldn't wait to get to Wyoming in September. Kris Seymour, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Ryan, a buddy of mine that helps film, he's established a good relationship with Jim and Dusty and kind of introduced me to them. They hunted Kansas for whitetails, so it was just a matter of time before Ryan and I went out there and hunted bull elk. All right, we're gonna go ahead and shoot our Rage practice blades, make sure we're on. Nothing like target shooting. Good shot. Jim grew up in Wyoming. He loves chasing these big bull elk. He knows the terrain. He knows these animals. That's what he does.
We're just going to head into this little patch of timber and check it out, see if there's anything hanging out there this morning.
I can't believe it. We've got a giant deer on the ground. By far the biggest buck I've ever killed.
And I had his onyx pointed. He didn't pick up anything. Gave me a 30-yard shot.
Thank God I have an ozonics.
Start seeing more deer more often and closer than you ever thought possible with Ozonics. Ozonics is the only product that actively and continually attacks game spooking odor in the downwind airstream during your entire hunt, allowing you to beat an animal's #1 defense, its nose.
You can see this little timber. It's hidden in the middle of the sage field. We're gearing up. We're gonna go check it out, see if there's a big bull in there. My first day with Jim and Dusty was just unforgettable. You know, started off with some easy terrain hunting, saw some bulls. You know, that evening, Jim takes me up to a little honey hole, and it's up there at about, I think, 8,000 feet up in the mountains. Jim was like, you know, it's probably not going to happen tonight. It's getting too late. And we're sitting there and just kind of joking around, just soaking up the incredible scenery around me up at that elevation. And next thing we know, big bull elk starts bugling.
God, did you hear that?
And Jim knew exactly where that elk was coming up and where he wanted to go, and there was just a perfect saddle where they go up and down. It's the first evening of the hunt, and all of a sudden I've got a bull elk working his way towards me at 40 yards. And that sense of realism, you know, it's happening. Again, you're making sure cameras are on. My brother was filming behind me, and it's just like an adrenaline shot, and you're ready to go. You know, perfect. Everything was perfect. And of course, I'm human, I'm new to this, and the meltdown starts.
Bad hit. I panicked. I freaked out. I didn't know if you were going to stop him. I was going to go.
I told you I'd stop him. I told you that right away. Don't shoot him walking.
He was in my lane. Just perfect.
I don't know. Once I knew that arrow didn't hit where I wanted it to, I knew I was going to hear from Jim. And I'm glad. You know, Jim's not going to hold back. He's going to let you know how he feels, and that's great. I didn't mind. I liked it. You know, I deserved it.
We don't need to freak.
I'm freaking. The only thing I think is good is I saw a lot of blood.
I just made a bad shot on a bull elk, but at the same time, both Jim and I were pretty confident that that elk was going to die. It was just a matter of how far is he going to run.
Oh, he's a dead bull. We just got to find him. I know where he's going to go. There's 2 patches of timber, but it's a dirty, rugged. So we're done.
First evening, and you already got your shot, and it's just like, man, the sun was going down. The decision was obvious. You don't go after that elk. You wait for the next morning. So Jim made the call.
From the deer farm to your front door, raw frozen scents are as fresh as you can get. Raw is 100% pure deer urine collected from real deer. Immediately after the collection process, raw scents are quickly frozen, then shipped directly to you in an insulated cooler so you get it raw, fresh, and pure. Raw frozen scents, always fresh, no water, no preservatives, and 100% money-back guarantee.
All right, we're here the morning after. Evaluated the footage. We're pretty sure the bull is dead. taking the bow just in case, obviously, and got some help to pack out. We got on the trail, and it was pretty good blood, and luckily the ground was soft so you could see the prints. And there he was, and it was just an overwhelming feeling for everyone that was involved. Look at that beautiful freaking ball. Oh my goodness. You know, it was relieving and excitement, you know, all those emotions running through. Walk down to that animal and just, you know, awesome. You just soak it all up. And what made it even better from my experience was that it happened on top of a huge tall mountain. It just really felt like I was getting the full elk experience in the mountains. Awesome. Look at this. You can't simulate elk fever. All right, obviously it was a long night for me. We let the bull go overnight. Jim said that was the best thing to do with the marginal hit. We knew we had some good blood. We checked for about 100 yards and then just backed out of here. Came in this morning and just stayed on the blood, persistent. It got more and more and more. We're pretty sure he expired last night, but you just got to play it safe on those marginal hits. Shooting Black Eagle arrows. Luminot got a little smashed up, but you can see the rage did some serious cutting. And it definitely helped on blood trail on the bad hit, there's no doubt. Now the work begins. Yes, sir. The pack out. Can't thank Jim enough, Rough Country Outfitters. It was an incredible hunt, my first day. And you better be in shape when you go hunt them because you're gonna be walking terrain like this. Jim, thanks again.
Yes, I'm just very happy for you finding this fast one.
Yeah. As the cliche is said, you know, the hard work began. It was time to get this elk packed out of there, and what an awesome bull. Part of the experience, throwing a 6x6 rack on your back, heading up the mountain, and just walking across that terrain with a big bull elk. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I can't thank my brother enough to put up with me on some of these hunts. And he was there and he got the shot and he laid it down, all the recovery footage. It was just an incredible experience to share with a family member as well.
Let's throw the back straps in there for now. Yeah. Can we get the old locker plan?
For over 2 decades, the MoonGuide has been the #1 rated tool for serious hunters, telling you when giant whitetails will move and where you need to hunt. Now, you can accurately predict the best days and times to catch a big buck moving during daylight with the Deer Hunter's MoonGuide. Are you tired of hunting nocturnal trail camera bucks? Do you ever wonder why some bucks only show up during daylight on certain days each year? The Deer Hunter's MoonGuide is here to help, and it's unlike any other lunar tool you've ever seen. For effective preseason scouting, scheduling time off work, planning out-of-state hunts, and increasing your overall hunting success, simply check the MoonGuide's calendar to find the best days, times, and hunting locations to catch a mature deer on his feet during daylight hours. The MoonGuide is now available as a mobile app too, giving you exclusive tips from the pros, local weather, the rut guide, exclusive discounts, and the deadly red moon data. Plan your best hunt at moonguide.com.
The plan, if I got an elk, we'll just go ahead and chase an antelope. So I put in, and man, we kind of chased these guys yesterday and did the archery thing and rifle, and they were just really, really skittish. But today, it's all about where they're at, the right setup, and we could slip up on them really, really easy. So great buck antelope here, and he was definitely rutting, chasing these does around this morning, and we were able to slip up about 100, 120 yards, and Scott laid down the video. Man, I'm just so excited. Again, I can't thank Jim and Dusty Schell enough. Just a 5-star operation going here, great accommodations, and just the total package for the Wyoming experience. Thanks again, guys. The elk hunt was done. It was time to focus back on whitetails. The moon was telling me, certain days that I should be out there in the stand hunting, and I used those to still keep tabs on that buck, but I was really committed to hunting the rut with the decoy. November was finally here, and I mean, that's our Super Bowl. We were ready to get after it. I had the lone wolves ready, the decoys at the bases of all the sets, and I got after it hard. First weekend in November.
It's November 9th in Kansas. My hunts have been pretty slow up to this point. We just rattled in a nice 3.5-year-old buck. Got some pictures of him. Just not a shooter, but he didn't like the decoy anyway. Hope we can get a big boy in my decoy here shortly. We're gonna go ahead and rattle.
I did a couple more grunting, rattling sequences that morning, and before I knew it, there he was at the edge of the fence, the giant that I had been looking for. I finally got a good look at him, and I knew right away it was the deer I found the shed from. 120 yards out, he sees the decoy, ears are laid back, and he is committing.
That's penetration, right? Talk to me. I need some confidence. It's 1:45. Holy cow. That's our deer. Team 200. Here comes the excitement. Oh my gosh. We got the double lone wolf set going. And right here, man, I mean, the boss buck's out at 15 yards. I got the Evercalm. That Big 10 come around and got a whiff of my Evercalm. I leave the cap off and rubbed it all over the decoy, but look at that gate. That's a big deer. Look at that giant. I basically targeted this buck for the first week of November hunting, which, a lot of people won't do that because they're afraid their deer's gonna leave the property, but decided to just go for it. I wanted to get a rutting buck in the decoy. That's always my goal for Kansas, and it's great footage, as you can see, and man, this is just a great experience. I love it.
As a family man, I mean, I can't afford to waste my time. I gotta maximize my hunts, and the MoonGuide is gonna allow me to do that. It's gonna give me those days where they give you the best chance for that buck of a lifetime to be on his feet. And the Raids just opened a giant hole. He didn't go 150 yards. And I'm tagged out in Kansas. 2014's turning into an unbelievable rut, and so I'm glad Ryan was here to help lay down the footage.